Here we are picking up again with convection and a little experiment that's one of my favorite, got from the Exploratorium, of a coffee cup heater in a fish tank of water with a light shining through it, and it projects a shadow of rising convection currents on this little screen inside the circle. So I've been holding it down for a few seconds, and I think you can see some stuff. It looks like smoke rising, and it's just the shadow of water that's been heated, showing that it floats upwards as a convection cycle. This is actually a pretty hard demonstration for little kids to understand, and I may have to replace it with something simpler, but I really like that one. And we talk about convection up here on our display with hurricane storms and rising air currents and wind. And that takes us over to our wind machine, which is a hair dryer in a fish tank with lots of sand. And it just blows sand all around, and they get the idea of how a windstorm works. Then we actually made a windstorm in a little room called Storm Central. I like to call it the Hurricane Clubhouse. And it's just a bunch of fans that blow air, and we squirt air in here as well. Excuse me, we squirt water in here. The kids really like that, and they wear goggles, so they have some goggles and a squirter and a picture of me wearing goggles. And they love to go in there and kind of laugh and have a good time. One of the other things that I try to bring up is the kind of forces of nature, is the electrical force. And so we have some plasma balls, plasma things, a spark machine from a Tesla coil, other plasma balls, things they can touch. And here's a Jacob's ladder and a compact fluorescent light, pictures of the sun, and lightning up on the wall, and it's all about plasma. And that kind of introduces electricity, and we talk about the electrical force, and we have a bicycle here that's connected to a generator, so I'm going to get on it and ride it. It makes a fan go, and it makes Santa Claus light up because we have a generator hooked into this bicycle. So we talk about moving magnets, starting electric currents, and how electricity is an important force of nature. We also have flowing water with fountains, a little river, and of course a toilet. The toilet works on a pump, so the kids pump water into the tank. I'm pumping with a little hand bilge pump here, and they pump water into the tank, and when there's enough in there, then they can flush it and see how a toilet works. And it compares with I didn't put quite enough water in there. Compares with the model of a toilet that Don Rathjen made at the Exploratorium. Really a great little model, and the kids love playing with this, where they can pour water, up in here. The plans for this are on the Exploratorium website, and kind of lift up and spill water, of course, and have a siphon basically suck it down into the tank below. I also made a model of a drain, so they can take some water and pour it down the drain, and notice the same amount of water comes out below, and there's always water left standing in the drain pipe, how water seeks its own level. We have a variety of fountains just for fun. I have a collection of them. I love fountains. And then we made a river just in a gutter with a little fountain pump, and have various rapids and things in the river that you can see here. And the kids just love to play with this and push it around. And look at this, they can even make little boats kind of float down the river and go into the ocean down below. So this introduces the idea of rivers and what happens to things in rivers, how rocks get shaped in rivers, and then we have a whole wall display on how rivers work. So the overall thrust of the room is forces of nature and what we do with it and how it affects things. And we even have a little windmill in the center of the room and some tinker toys that they can make stuff with. So that's our current setup at the Seacrest School in Naples, Florida. Thanks for listening. Bye.